Joy.
I'm Emma Kay.
And it is Sunday,
May 18th.
May 18th. We had to get that right.
June.
So I hope everyone had a good Sunday or a good weekend last weekend.
Yeah.
It's been blazing hot here in the 90s this week. So I don't think I did anything outside of this house.
Sophie and I have been under the weather this week, so just resting up, and then we looked at some houses yesterday. And
just in the housing market.
To stitch as much as I could.
Get a house is even closer to Mimi.
Yes.
She's looking for houses, and I'm looking for bounce houses for the backyard.
Whatever works.
Trying to be Mimi's carnival.
Yep. I think she'll love that.
Yeah, whatever it takes to get those grandbabies over here, right? So yeah, I don't think. What do we have coming up this week? Vet appointment on Monday.
Oh. No, Ruby already
for
had
the oldest of the weenie dogs.
I don't think I have much. Sophia does little gym, and then
come over here one day.
Yeah, come over here. Probably look at another house or two. We've been looking at like 2 a week, I think, since we started.
I think that's good.
Fit that
and you get
in there.
Yeah, you get a good little idea for what's out there, and
I found out like older style homes, like houses built in like the 70s or 80s. Like one we saw yesterday, I absolutely loved, and it also had it had like the double doors, like glass, and then the regular for when you open it, but then an intercom too in the front and back door, which I thought was super
Is it
cute.
working?
I don't know. I need to ask the owner. I'm
should
just
have gotten
curious.
different rooms. And when she talks about the front double doors, there are these like ornate almost kind of. I guess they don't have decoration on them so much, but they have like molding. Like they're these huge wooden doors that open. You just can't beat the grandeur of an older home. So I love an older house. I've already started a little list myself for the next home.
Nice.
That we shall live in one of these days. As I think of something, I write it down on my list.
I need to do that.
About what I would like. Well, I'm getting old, so it's just going to be what I want, because...
So I'm just trying to get into something that's safe and moving ready and close to y'all. And
the one she's looking at are super close, which we are super excited about. It's literally, they would be like a stroller walk away. So that would be
fingers crossed.
Fun for all of us. Now, if I could get all the rest of everybody in the neighborhood. We live in a cul-de-sac that's like 4 homes in the cul-de-sac we're in. And I've always said that if we could just get everybody in the cul-de-sac. I mean, in this part of the, and then there's some houses. Can you imagine? We just take over the whole...
Like, go to your aunt's house.
Yeah. Mimi needs a place with more outdoor room, for sure. My husband was asking the dimensions of the bounce house. So I told him one side. He's like, that thing is huge. He's like, because the square root, I was like, I'm not figuring out square roots. That's like for you to figure out.
And make it work.
I just want to buy it, and it just happens. So yeah, I think that's all we've been up to. And nothing exciting coming up this week, I don't. That's not exciting. My husband has started playing pickleball the same night as youth group. Which has turned out to be such an exciting night for me.
Stitchy time, some true crime watching.
I am like 90s country and pre-cooking, and I was just having like my own little mini party.
Yay.
So I was like, whew, that worked out nice. So that was Wednesday. I'm telling you, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. It was just too hot.
Yeah.
I stitched. I mean, I went outside, but I didn't like gallivant around. And my husband's still planting those plants.
I'll have to go out and see. Usually, every time we come over, we check, and there's new plants. And I love it.
So many plants. It's going to look so good once they're all in bloom, though. I'm super excited for it. Other than that, stitching my life away, people.
That's the way to do it.
Yep. What'd you stitch on this week, Emma?
So,
did you do Mania or not this week?
I think I started it, and then with just feeling off and Sophia feeling off, it kind of went.
Life was manic enough, huh?
Yes, exactly. But I'm trying to stitch on some different things each day. And so the first thing, which this was a new start on Sunday, it's the Witchy Stitcher Neon Goth Witch Sampler. And I bought this from her website, fully kitted up. It came with 28 count linen, just in.
And her prices are really good.
Oh,
for
yes.
the whole kit. That's awesome, Emma.
And so I didn't get much done, but I started.
But you still got some done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we did that.
Okay.
You see, it's a good piece, even though this is very sheer.
I'm drinking my coffee, you know.
But I loved the colors on this because it reminds me of, like, in middle school, like the Lisa Frank, like the binders and all that. So I thought that was fun.
I love it on, like, the social medias, especially Instagram, because they have the pictures, and that's what I enjoy. But the Christmas ones that always show, like, Christmas in the 2000s, which is so funny because that was when you guys were all little. It's when I was in my parenting prime. I did Mania every single day because it's just too hot to do anything else. So I picked back up my early Americans. I did work on Paul Revere's house, but that was not the one I started. So I start one, and then I work on one of the older ones. Oh, I'm also reading Confronting Presidents again. I started that, and that's always fun to do while I'm clearly not in. Okay. I can't find the one I was working on. That's okay. We've got time, right? Sophia's on a walk. Oh yeah, that was so funny. Earlier today, Emma came over and I had taken Sophia out in the yard and we came back in. And her husband was going to go change Sophia. And so the rest of us were sitting at the table, and all of a sudden we heard the door, like the keypad open. And my husband was like, "Oh my gosh, where's Sophia?" And I was like, she didn't get out and, like, let herself back in, you know? But I'm like, she's with her father. I'm like, you think we just set her somewhere?
Never.
It's not our first day. Exactly. I don't know what made me think of that when I was trying this out. But I did. So anyway, I've been doing the audiobook Confronting Presidents, which goes through every president our nation has had on audiobook, and it's always so fun to stitch. So which one? Oh, this was my huge start for Mania. Early Americans, Nathan Hale, colonial spy, famous for the words, "I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country." Died in 1776 when he was caught by the British. So I started his square. Not too much. That's the one I started last week. And really, I just, maybe an hour I'll stitch on it, and then I'll go back to, who is this again? Paul Revere. So I want to get it all done. I have plans for patriotic downstairs. And I have a lot of patriotic I need to finish by our American birthday next year. So I worked on that. And then
the next one I worked on, Barbie, which this bag is from Black Cat X Stitchery, which I loved. I thought it was fitting for this project because the pattern is called I'm Just Ken. It's by Frizzy Lizzy. This wasn't a new start. This was just a new pattern that I haven't worked on this month yet.
I love that, Emma.
And so I thought that was
I have not worked on one of my Whip Mania.
Oh, I haven't even checked.
It's not called Whip Mania.
Whip
Go. My life is a mania right now with all the stitching.
And so really I just worked on his arm and a little bit of the ribs.
Oh, I love that, Emma.
I thought it was cute. I like that I'm Just Ken. And then I'm stitching that. It's the Called For DMC. And this was just a piece. I got it from Joann's. It's the DMC Charles Croft, but it's the, it's got like the opalescent.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was fitting. Great.
Did you have the Barbie pattern? Is there a Barbie?
There is, but I don't have it yet. I don't know if it's by the same designer. I thought this was one Missy sent me, like, when the Barbie movie first came out years ago, and I got it. It just took me a while to actually start stitching.
If anyone knows Emma, she is a Barbie lady.
Wow.
Okay, and then for my next Mania, which you'll notice some repeats here, because as long as it's a new chart, it counts as a new start for me. And I'm working on some of my block series as well, some of my larger pieces that are separate chart. So this week I didn't finish it. Started Lizzie, Kate, Noel. This is the Jingle series. It's just gonna focus. There we go. And I have this one complete. I started this one, and now this week I'm starting this one. This is on Picture This Plus Mint. Oh, the Early Americans was on Picture This Plus Ale. So this is Picture This Plus Mint. That's what I had last week, and then this is what I did this week. So, not a ton, but I'm just really just working on trying to start these things that I know I want to get to a finish. This is a ton of fabric too. And this is a stitch and piece bag.
I'm gonna say I like your bag.
How did we do that? Did we do that at the same time?
No, I mean I saw yours and bought it like a week later. I think she didn't have that same size in her shop when I bought
I'm
it.
attached.
Yeah. I have one that's just a bit smaller.
I don't have my reading glasses.
There you go.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Must be nice to have young eyeballs.
Oh goodness. So this next one, which you just said about this bag stitch and piece, is one I'd already started, but I haven't stitched on it this month. It's Jan Hicks Creates Feliz Navidad. And I've got all the called for colors that I'm using on this, but I'm stitching this on, I want to say it's mushroom. I could be mistaken though. And I'm also stitching another pattern on it, so we're kind of stealing
She's
from
her
there.
mother's child. Oh my gosh, Emma, that is beautiful.
And so I really love the colors.
Holy
I've been working on
moly.
this a while, but I want to have it finished by this Christmas. So really, I was just working on this part.
It is beautiful.
I love it.
And this is the Feliz Navidad? And then
Yes.
she has one that's
There's
Merry
one
Christmas?
that's the exact same border. It just says Merry Christmas.
Well, then I don't think I would do it if it's the exact same border. I would only
yeah.
do it if it's
If
different.
it was different. Because you can see here, it's the same. It's just
Oh,
the
it's
words
just
that are
I
different.
see. Yeah, no. I wouldn't do it then because I think it'd be too much of the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't you think?
I
Obviously,
agree.
if you do.
Yeah. I'm just going to do Feliz Navidad. Because that is what I'm rolling with.
Yep. These are actually a gift, a Mother's Day gift from my daughter-in-law and my son. And I felt so bad. I showed all of my Mother's Day gifts last week. I didn't realize there was one in the mail.
Oh, yeah, the one you
In the mailbox.
We didn't
But
check the mail.
I told my daughter-in-law in my defense, it was Mother's Day, so I was letting everyone else take care of everything. I had so much mail on Monday. I was like, well, so if I die, then I need to put in my will who has to check the mail.
Oh, goodness.
So let me show you. These were on my 1, 2, 3 wish list, and I love them. This is by Rosewood Manor. Yep. This one is Mice on Pumpkin, but see how everything is like inside of the pumpkin?
Mm-hmm, that's cute.
This one is Rip on a Pumpkin. Love that. And this one is the one I started, and this is Mrs. Pumpkin.
Ooh.
How cool is she? Now, all these called for the same fabric, even though this is obviously just blown out from the flash.
Mm-hmm.
And they called for Haunted, which is a blue. And I just pulled the colors and did a floss toss, and I came up with Picture This Plus Da Vinci. And I love it.
I love those colors on that fabric.
I know, isn't that so cute? Da Vinci is really just I love purple. It's a nice purple, but it has orange smudges. So to me, it's actually a perfect Halloween fabric. So you can see this one goes super fast because this was just one during the day. I mean, I said I didn't do anything. I still cooked and cleaned and, you know, did all the regular stuff
Things.
that I'm not getting paid for. We just get paid in hugs and people that check the mail. Oh, wait. Oh, and also some buttons. For one of them.
Buttons.
Yep. So I was so excited to get that. I started it right away as soon as I checked the mailbox. So with that, bag is courtesy of Amazon. Not really
This
courtesy,
next
like
bag
you have
for
to
me
pay
too.
for it, but
This next pattern is from Night Spirit Studio, Unexpected Visitor. So it's Christmas, but with a spooky twist. Got some aliens there. And I'm stitching this on the same fabric as the Feliz Navidad. Now that I'm looking at it, I wonder if it's taupe, not a mushroom. But it's 28 count. And then I'm
That's
just
a
working on
lot
the
of
border.
stitching,
The
huh?
borders are very detailed. And so I'm kind of trying to work my way through that. I really this week just went around this arch and I'm just making my way. But it's only 3 colors, which is nice too, easy to keep track of. But,
14 count, 8 by 10.
Yes.
Which the cool thing is you can buy a frame, probably not a custom. You can just
like
get
an
a frame.
easy finish. Oh yeah.
I do love
I
that.
would love
when
to get this
it's-
finished. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
gonna get it finished by Christmas, but we'll see. Depends on how fast I can stitch this border. It's a
We've
lot
got
of the
a lot
same
stuff going
stitches.
on, I mean.
Yes.
So, next, this was a Mother's Day gift from my husband, and I showed this to you guys last week. But I have fallen in love with it. Silver Creek Samplers Autumn's Wardrobe. And so I posted my start, but really what I did all week is I would work like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours on my other starts, and then go back to this one. That's how much I love it. And this is how much I have done.
Wow, that looks amazing.
How cool is that? It's on the called for fabric, but I think
It's a blue cornflower or something. Cornflower?
fiber on a whim cornflower
Mm-hmm.
with all the called fors. Isn't that amazing?
And so you finished basically like the width of
Well,
it,
this is
right?
to the end,
Okay.
down here,
Mm-hmm.
and then my husband was like, "What are you going to stitch next?" So I said, "Our new house."
I love
How
it.
cute is that?
But you need all the leaves and everything.
I
too.
do.
It needs to be fall.
So really, I just went back and I kept it in the Q-snap because I will keep working on it this week. I've just decided with Mania, I have to work still on some of my whips because I miss them.
Mm-hmm.
And this weekend, I picked up 2. I just have the printouts. I don't have the cover sheets. 2 fall roundabouts from Stitching with the Housewives, and finished one on Friday and finished one on Saturday. I was going to write the top part just because I've already shown those.
I love those.
It's on the pattern. It says Farmer Browns,
Mm-hmm.
corn maze, but I changed it. My eldest grandson is Henry. And so I changed that for him. And then this one is Scarecrow Festival, and I changed the colors a little bit.
I love that.
But I thought it was so cute because I do have 2 fall trees, and they go up kind of early in the season and stay up.
Mm-hmm.
So last year I stitched all of the Halloween from the last 2 years. And then this year I'm going to keep stitching the roundabouts because I want to have all the fall roundabouts done. And then anything that has like a proper name on it, I want to switch to the grandbabies.
I love that.
Their names.
That'd be
so
cute.
2 left I need to find.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 2 left, but a bunch I need to stitch. So that's basically what I did this weekend.
Nice. I don't know if we're still switching.
Yeah.
This one, I don't have the pattern for it. It is Cross
You've
My
shown
Heart
me.
Ink Baby Bib Designs. I'm doing the little chick. I was trying to stitch on this some yesterday, but I only got some of the border done.
Well, you had all
That
day to do
one.
what you wanted to do.
Oh, Lala was out of town.
He
Out of town. He
was.
went to Beaufort yesterday afternoon.
Yep.
And, yeah, so I was on baby duty. But
This
I'm
one-
not on baby duty.
Welcome to motherhood. This was a Mania start, but it's a restart. It's Teresa, Kogut, Wilbur, and I bought Wilbur, Tilly the goat, and then I can't remember the name of the Christmas one. I bought them all at StitchCon. I'm restarting this one because I didn't have, I think I was out of some of it's Weeks, Classics, and DMC. And I think I was
Okay.
out of some of the Classics, so I had tried to substitute, and I just really was not enjoying it. And so this is where I was, which is sad.
Oh, you have to restart?
Yeah. That's where I was. I mean, don't you think?
I really like it. What are you saying? Had to like the colors?
I don't know. I felt like I didn't like the colors that well.
Oh.
But maybe it was just me and I was
I
getting
think
over
he's
it.
cute.
Because this was my restart.
Oh, you're like, well, I don't know. I love those colors.
I felt like I had done something. Like there was a reason.
Like a misstitch or something? Or 'cause
No.
colors look fine to me.
I didn't try to unpick it, did I? I don't see anything unpicked. I see a loose one right here from the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think?
I say keep it. Use that border for the third.
'Cause now that I look at them, I'm like, that's a lot of stitching.
I know. I mean, I don't see where you missed
Well,
a stitch
I think
or
the fine thing
anything.
is too. Then, if that's the case,
Isn't it a cow on the
if
third
that's the
one?
case, then I'm gonna say this was the start for Tilly.
Oh, yay! That's what I would do.
And that's Tilly's start. Because now that I'm looking at it,
It
why?
looks great to me.
You know how
why
sometimes I do
start.
that, especially if I am changing colors,
Mm-hmm.
is that I'll stitch and I'm like, I just don't enjoy these. And then I walk away the next day, I like them.
Yeah, no, I think he's super cute.
That's a lot of stitching.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Just stick with Wilbur.
Mm-hmm. I would.
And then I had a Tilly start,
Yeah.
and these were courtesy of Harris Teeter. Not courtesy, you have to pay for everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's because now I'm trying to save all of my project bags for my
55 and
year
55.
of birthday. 55 starts for 55. Of course, the year's going to be 26, but I did not want to wait. Some people do like it's not your golden birthday, like, you know, when you turn, like, mine would have been 31.
Mine
Turned
would've been
31
7, yeah.
right. But some people do year.
Oh.
I'm not doing that. That'll be 71 starts when I'm 71. I can't commit to what I'm going to be doing then. You know?
Hopefully hanging out with all the grands.
They'll be grown.
All the
They'll
great-grands.
think Mimi's boring.
No.
We'll see. So then I just stitched on to this. I started last week and it didn't show up for Mania. But it's your turn. I love that already. You're stitching that for me.
Of course.
You're so sweet.
This is technically a restart though, because when I first stitched it, I stitched it on this. It was more of like a yellow. Oh, bless, and I forgot what the fabric was, but I did not like it. I did not like because this red is so bright. But this is JBW Designs. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas Ornaments,
I love
and it is
JBW.
a series of 4. So I'm starting on this first one. And ideally, I can't decide if I'm going to finish these as individual ornaments or have them all like 3 by... No, I think I was going to do 4 by 3 or 3 by 4.
Like on the back?
Mm-hmm. Like all in... Oh, yep. Like this. I didn't even see that. So I'm still deciding. Which I'm giving myself some room on this fabric in case I do decide to stitch them
I
all
like
together.
that, but you know I like a big...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I still like ornaments. What tree would you put them on if you had it?
No
You'd have to
idea.
have your...
I've got so many trees. I've
I
got
gave you
trees I
another
did
tree.
not even use,
Yeah.
but so I got a little bit done. Some of the sleigh, some of the house.
Pretty that is. These are called for?
Yes, these are called for on. What is this, taupe? Or no, this is mushroom for sure. That
Oh,
the other
yeah.
one is. So that's mushroom because I thought it was more of a neutral. This red just seems so bright to me, but I'm rolling
love
with it.
You like bright Christmas,
Mhm.
though.
It's all called for DMC. That's 321.
I almost gave you my
Oh my goodness.
Then next week, she's like, I have a new start. Wilbur. Oh, I'm going to sneeze.
And this bag, it's one you got me for Christmas or my birthday a few years ago. It's a dot goose. So I thought this was cute. The
I love
inside,
that.
this little
So,
Antarctic creatures. Or
it always reminds me of y'all and Mario when he goes through the ice world.
Yes, with the penguins.
Slip sliding everywhere.
Mhm.
We used to have, when Emma was dating her husband, we had those controllers that were wireless.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were in college in Beaufort, and whenever they would come visit, we would all play Mario Kart together, which I was not good at Mario Kart. But her husband beat everybody.
Because he knows all the secret passageways.
But even if we tried his little car,
Mm-hmm.
I don't play video games, but I did then. When they were young, we all played Mario together.
Yep.
They liked to play Mario with mom, maybe.
So you threw us off a cliff.
Well, you got it. Somebody has to sacrifice to get
For
the star.
We're like, okay. I've like -3 lives.
I'll never forget when we were stationed in Virginia, and we were living in base housing, and when you first move in, there's little things that need to be fixed or whatever. And so you still move in, and then they come over like the next week to, I don't know, seal something, do whatever. And we had moved 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
And so we signed up for school, or we were already on break, and we signed up.
It was. We ended up having a long break. 'Cause I remember this distinctively. We moved December 8th. Or that was my last day of school, was December 8th in 8th grade.
Because you thought your life was over as you knew it. She met her very best friend in the world in Virginia, and they're still biffles.
Like
yes.
talk every week.
Right.
And then I remember it was a longer winter break because school in Virginia Beach didn't start till like, I want to say it was like mid-January because they got
was the
out
second
later.
week, I think.
Yeah. And so I just remember it being a long winter break.
Long.
Yep.
So we were all moved in, as any military wife would do. Like as soon as I move in somewhere, I, hit the ground running. Yes, everything is unpacked. We are done weekend. But anyway, the guy came over to fix something, and the kids were home, and so we were playing Mario. And I mean, we were into this Mario. We had like the book.
Like oh yes, it was like a book that like described all the levels, where to find the stars.
So we were like into it, and the guy knocked on the door, key come in, sure, do whatever. So we're playing Mario the whole time, and when he got ready to leave, he's like, I don't know what was more fun, the game or listening to y'all play the game, because we were fussing at each other, and but being crazy too, laughing, like we had the best fun. I don't know how we got the ice.
Yep.
Sorry. I picked up, this is Stitching with the Housewives. Again, I printed the pattern, so I can't show you, but it's their, I don't think it's Winter Village. I think it was Christmas Village, and it was their Dapper Doodads, and they're in a set of 4. So I'd already finished this one, and I started on the next one. I'm just going to make mine one town. But look how much detail is in that. I did add the straight stitches on the light bulbs. So sometimes I add some little things. So I did that. And I meant to show that last week because that was one of my things from last week. And I think you did stitch a lot, Emma.
I tried. This is my last whip for the week, and this is actually my first Glendon Place I've started. You kitted this up for me one of my birthdays, not last year, but I think the year before. It's called Simply Love.
And if you go to her website, Glendon Place website, you can get the entire kits.
Which this is still in the Q-snap because I was working on this morning, but it's got all the called for. I think the called for is picture this plus bashful.
Oh, I love that, Emma.
Oh my goodness, this Q-snap might be a little bit too
big
for the bag.
Do that, you might tear up your fabric in there.
So we're gonna switch that. But yes, I've gotten such a small. Yep, all the dinky dies.
But I also bought her the.
So that's my very small start.
And I bought her all the dinky dies.
And the beads, which I've never stitched with beads before, so I will definitely need your help with that.
So, Emma's a February baby. She loves all things Valentine's.
She need to stitch more Valentine's.
And I love Glendon Place.
I've been wanting to start this, so I'm happy. I finally am.
I went back. Oh, no.
Oh, both our fabrics got cotton bags.
Oh, no.
We can probably just like that back.
Don't let that be something important. It's not.
We're good.
We're good. This was a whip that I did start for Mania, but of course I'm trying to get some stuff done. And this is Stitching with the Housewives Summer Sayings of the Season Summer. I'll show you the pattern.
Like your spring one that you did? Yep.
But this is the summer version, so it will go right up there. I bought the full kit at Fat Quarter Shop. And this is what it's going to be. So I'm moving along. I'm to the, right here, I would say almost the halfway. So I just try to, like I said, I'm just trying to pick that up, but I'm not sticking that back in there. See, anytime you have an outward zipper, I think sometimes because the teeth are so long, I don't want to snag my fabric. And the fabric is 14 count Shadow Ada by Picture This Plus. It's what I use for, I almost said cardboard, chalkboard, because anything too dark, my eyeballs do not enjoy. So then I don't have any haul. Who am I?
I've got some haul.
Well, let's see it, Emma.
So this first one was a pattern that I've been wanting to get, so I finally got it on Mother's Day. It is the Little Stitcher Marie Curie. So I thought,
you know us,
this was
we
cute.
love science, and she is one of our
peeps, our baby gals.
Well, my husband was also a nuclear mechanic in the Navy for 30 years, so we don't love nuclear stuff, but we're interested in the science behind it
and how it came to be.
And then your younger sister was Marie Curie at the Wax Museum at school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't tell you who she almost was. Why do they let fourth graders pick?
I don't know. We didn't get to pick. It was like you have a list of like these 10 people like that are pre-assigned, whatever. Like the teachers picked, and then we had to pick from a list. We couldn't just like open-ended be like, oh, I want to be so-and-so.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell who she wanted to be. They just had to pick like a famous
person
man or woman, whatever. And so she came home and she was like, yeah, we did this. And, all the kids had picked like historical characters. I guess they didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. They were trying to give the little children a choice. And she was like, I think I'm going to be Marilyn Monroe. I was like, I think you're not going to be Marilyn Monroe. But
no.
I didn't say that. We discussed Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
And then she chose
Marie
Curie.
I think it was Mary something. It was a silent movie actress.
Yeah.
Can't remember
Now, whenever we
name.
tell that story, because she's almost grown now, months away from being legally grown, that's
crazy.
scary.
Mm-hmm.
But we tell that story now, and we all just laugh.
Wow.
She laughs too, like, why? I said it could have been worse. I could have been like, sure, let's find a wig and a skirt. But I was like, absolutely not for my little small child. So I was like, find somebody in history.
Mm-hmm.
But she picked Marie Curie, and she was so cute in her little outfit, and she had like a little leather, like that little leather journal.
Yep.
It was so cute.
She was.
I love some Marie Curie. She is the only one that shared a Nobel Peace Prize. Was that what she did? The Nobel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why once I said it. Oh yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it's peace
or just Nobel.
Or if it's Nobel. I don't know.
But I think she's the only one that shared one with a spouse, Pierre.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. Anyway, that was our
science.
half-done science lesson. And some Marilyn Monroe thrown in.
I got these from Joann's when I went the other week just to peruse their last. I think everything now is like 40 to 70%.
I can't believe they
off.
still have stuff.
I know. They don't really have much in the way of stitching at all. But, yeah, they
I've
had
been
some
rolling
fabric.
floss every night, like an
I
hour.
need to roll floss.
Whenever I go to bed at night,
Or bobbinate. Yep.
I just turn on like the podcast or whatever, and then for an hour wrap every night because I can't stitch in bed anyway,
need to do that.
and I'm not necessarily ready for bed. I'm just ready to not be in the living room anymore.
Just to wind down.
Yeah, so that's literally winding
down. No, I'm asleep.
close though. I only have 2 more numbers.
Dang, I still have like a lot.
Did you divide yours out?
I have mine divided into numbers. I need to put them in baggies because I've just been trying to work on baggies, but I think I've only gotten like my 200s done and like my 1 through 100. So I still have
put them in the
300
case.
through 3,000 something.
So I'm gonna have 2 completely full cases,
That's
and they say
awesome.
1 case would hold 1 set, but I think you'd really have to cram those in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because
Or maybe
it was like 400.
That.
It was over 400 skeins that we had gotten.
Well, some people say they don't like to bobbinate because they feel like their DMC is wrinkled, which I've never had a problem with that. But I'm also a loose bobbinator. I mean, it's on there, but I'm not like cranking it out. And I think some people, kind of like my youngest child, they're the neatest things you've ever seen. She gets that from her father. That if they're doing anything like that, it's perfect. But those things are skinny, and I'm just like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, no, I just
so
as long
mine
as it's
are.
on there, I'm good.
You're your mother's child. So I think that's why mine is not crinkly because it has plenty of space to breathe.
Breathing room.
I could never fit a whole set in one case, even though it's double-sided.
Definitely not. I fit like 7 or 8 per section, I think. So.
And I bobbinate all of mine, so even if it's the same number, all of my same numbers are in there.
I started
because I grab them and take them in that way.
Or like when I kit them up.
Yeah.
They go away. And then
bobbinating with Emma and Joy.
Then I also found some fabric. This was all a pretty good deal, even though it was funny. So I ended up getting 17 yards total.
Wow.
I got like 2 yards of each. They were all like 60 to 80% off. And
you'll be making us a sleeping bag, Emma.
Yes. But it was funny because my husband thought the price was $17 and something. And I was like, no. That's how many yards is being purchased. This one I really like.
A good deal, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do love that one. It's all the veggies.
It's kind of quilted.
Yeah.
This one I thought was cute because it was all like that. And I have some pepper fabric as well. Mm-hmm. So it's all the hot sauces.
That's cute.
I thought this one was cute too. Like a tropical.
Yes, I was about to say reminds me of Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
And then I thought this one was cute.
Oh my gosh. Do you?
Yes. Well, not last time. Well, my husband and I, our first like official date was at a little local sushi place in Bluffton. But then we went when we were on a date night. I think I talked about that last FlossTube the other night in that sushi. It was delicious, but did not sit well.
Then she was unwell.
But this will be cute.
She's still up for the challenge, y'all.
Yes.
I don't think I bought anything. But to be fair, I still have a gift card to spend. Well, I'm doing that today.
Yes.
After we have whatever we're having for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know. For whatever reason, we could not decide what we wanted to eat today. I was like, what are we going to eat? And was like, I don't know. And it's the whole text chain of nothing. And so today, I'm like, I put chicken in the crock pot. And of course, Emma's like, well, we all love a surprise. Surprises don't feed the people. And so I don't know what kind of concoction that is.
It's going to be delicious, though.
Banana peppers with half the vinegar. I put au jus.
Love that.
I put a ranch pack.
Love that. Kind of like a Mississippi.
I put butter.
Roast. Gotta have butter. I'm going to make some poppers. So.
We don't know what we're eating today, but it will be edible.
Mm-hmm.
I brought this over here because I think I want to, in fact, well, I don't think, I know I'm going to start this project. This is Goose.
Which I have that, but in like a blue teal color.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got it. I think I got ours together.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to start this for Mania. This is Glendon Place Pumpkin Swirl. And remember, I have the, what's the other one called? Red Velvet Cake.
Mm-hmm.
I have it as a whip. And these are with the Thinky Dyes, the silks. So I have all those. And I purchased the fabric, which is Picture This Plus Sand from Glendon Place. I love shopping with her on her website because, like I said, everything you need, you can just purchase there. And she also, when you purchase from her, she signs it.
I know, the Simply Love one has it too.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
So I'm going to start this one because I have a whole plan for that wall where the vintage dresser sits.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be a stitchy wall, but I want it to be, because I love to stitch seasonally. And so I want it to be where, like, I have the red velvet one, the pumpkin one. I have one in the same shape that's Christmassy.
Oh,
I want it to be so I can change them out seasonally, but the nails that are there stand.
Yeah.
Like everything basically is replacing something else that same size.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
So
very smart.
I have that in mind, but I also have a lot of large patriotic I want to get finished because I also want to get a antique like a secretary desk. For when you first come in the house, like I want to replace those bookshelves.
Okay.
I want to get like a secretary desk of sorts, and then have like some of the patriotic finishes, on the wall above it, the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then where the other bookcase is, I want more of like a hutch, but the same wooden color.
Ooh,
So they're still the same.
Nice.
Visually, they're still the same size.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have to pick. We're getting new chairs. And I would love one of those fold down tables.
Mm-hmm.
The circular. We see them every time we go to the vintage store.
They're like on the wall and you can pop them out. Yep.
I would like to have that in between our chairs because then when we needed more space, we could just pick it up. So anyway, that's when I'm starting the stitching with that kind of stuff in mind. I'm trying to be better about, I'll stitch all the things all the time. As you've noticed, my taste is, I just love cross stitch. And so I appreciate a lot of different designers and a lot of different styles. So there's just no telling what you'll see on any given Sunday with us. I woke up this morning pouty again because there's no football.
I know, what in the world?
And I was like, well, this would be boring, but Sophia's here, so it's not boring.
It's just life of the party.
And she is trying her best to talk. She is like blowing bubbles.
Yep. Eating more solids.
She's growing up fast. And Mimi's gonna buy a bounce house. She's having her birthday party here, so I was like, surely. Only thing I did, oh, what else do you have to say?
Oh, there was just something I
yeah,
put it up. I wasn't sure if you were, since a plan for this week. This is Primrose Cottage, 13 Spooky Smalls. So it's a book I picked up at Stitching Kitten maybe like a year or so ago.
Yep.
And I kitted up, I don't want to open the book because it'll show the pattern, but I kitted up this one. All the called for, it's stitched on vintage country mocha and then DMC.
I almost want that.
I know. Oh my goodness, you can use it if you want to.
There we go.
Find the pattern. So I'm gonna stitch that this week. But that's my only stitching.
And this
plan.
bag, these bags were gifted to us from a sweet viewer at StitchCon.
Yep. I love these. I thought the pumpkins were very fitting.
And she was, she's Canadian. I feel like I remember the little card she gave us had a beautiful farm.
Still have the card.
I do too.
Oh,
yeah.
But this is so sweet. I loved. I still need to, with the Cricut, Cricut, whatnot, do our monogram. That just reminded me. Maybe I'll
I've
do that
only been
today.
to Victoria and Vancouver, but I would love to see some more of Canada. I've been what's our West Coast Canada region.
Yep.
Because we lived in Washington State. We also went to Alaska. We went to Hawaii. Dad and I haven't told the girls yet, but I think we're secretly planning a Hawaiian anniversary trip.
Oh my goodness. For all of us? Thank you.
No.
I think that'd be awesome.
The only thing that is at least a little bit burnt is I know how long the flight will be from here.
Wow.
It was such a quick-ish hop from Washington.
Take a Dramamine and go back like that.
I don't know if we're planning
Take
it.
a cruise.
Or if not, no,
Hawaii.
because when you're in Hawaii, I would just miss the ship's movement.
That's what I'm saying. You just get off in Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii is so fun. And we went for a week. It was supposed to be shorter, and then we ended up extending because who wants to go home? It's Hawaii. It's beautiful. But that trip, that was 2006, 20 years ago. And we were just like, man, you'd have to stay here 2 weeks to do everything you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And we went to, things were different back then, but we did, it was summer because we spent July 4th in Hawaii. So I'm not sure if it'll be next year, but we want to do, if it's not that, it's something. We want to do a trip.
I would do that. I'd do Hawaii.
So we talked about Hawaii, but we'll have to see.
Just do it.
That's why I don't leave them in charge of my life.
Like, do it.
What kind of things
like
would
Hawaii,
I do?
I don't know what else. Where else you want to go? Paris?
Only thing I did, I don't want to go to Paris.
Do cooking
Maybe
classes?
Crete.
That's what I want to do. Oh, Crete would be nice.
Yeah, maybe. Are we getting in that part of our age, Dad and I, where we see new things? I don't know. But I did get one book today, and actually I've read this author before. She did 40-day sugar fast, and she also has one that's 40-day feast. These are Christian-based books. But I saw this one, and it's 40-day social media fast. And so I'm going to read it. It says disconnect to reconnect. So I'm not sure. I don't feel like, I'm way more into podcasts, so I definitely don't just sit on social media.
No.
But I think all of us maybe lose some time.
I know I do.
Even if you're just on there for 20 minutes and you get off and you're like, that is 20 minutes I could have been
doing something. See, I'm bad about that,
productive.
especially when Sophia goes to bed or something. If I just want to, like, not think for a while, I'll just scroll Instagram or whatnot.
See, that's the good thing about winding floss.
Yeah.
And I have something done. And, you know, I'm also not the generation, we didn't have a phone or social media. I'm Gen X, so we didn't have any of that, which I think has helped not to be, like, over-consumed. But I feel much better when I can just disconnect. I'm getting much better about my phone as far as when people text or call. Like, if before I would just drop everything that I'm currently doing to do it, and now I don't really do that. I text back, but I'm not, like, you know,
you're still
panicked.
focused in the present, like, okay, let's get this done.
Yeah, and then I'm like, we'll get to that. And I've always felt the same way about you guys. Like, if y'all don't text me back instantly, like, you know, we've never been that way, really. But just because I had read the sugar one, I also want to read the feast one, and I thought anything that has some better ideas for finding more time.
I love that.
That's just it. I want to find more time. I'm always like, I need, you know, there's stuff I need to do. We want to totally redo our closet. We want to totally redo the pantry. You know, there's just stuff I need to concentrate on. And even if it's 20 minutes a day, that's 20 minutes that I'm not trying to find a funny meme to send.
Yeah.
But that I could be getting that done instead. So I thought I'll read it and see if anything good
I love that.
comes out of it. Yeah. So I almost got one that was on the phone.
Oh.
Because see, I do my
purpose.
Right, but see, I do my Audible, and it's on the phone.
Oh, yeah, I feel like
but I just
audiobooks.
turn it on and set
Listen
it. Because I use I only ever use one AirPod. I don't know. I can't be so.
I'm that same way. Well, when we were growing up, we had that, you know, only use one headphone. It was wired headphones back then, but just so you could
because
hear
they
whether
could
it's
never
siblings or someone calling or
your mother.
Yeah.
It's like Emma, and then of course they're like, "Why are you yelling?" I wasn't yelling the first 10 times.
Yep.
And so, but I've always used just one. I always thought that was a mom thing, just so that I could hear what everybody else is doing.
That makes sense.
So even when I'm doing the audiobooks, I just have one in and I'm stitching. So I'm not like I did throw my phone in a river or whatever. Why did I say river? Because I've been watching that trial. Is why I said river. But I'm just gonna want to get better. I don't really enjoy Facebook, so I'm not on there posting. Really, if there weren't groups on there that were cross stitch, I would never go on it again. Like, I would be fine if the Facebook just went away. I would like my pictures off of there though, for when they were little, because that's how we kept up with everything for a while, right? So anyway, I'm gonna read this book. Let's see if I go silent on the interwebs. You'll know why.
It'll still be on FlossTube.
40 days. And I was figuring it out because 40 days would take us to when we're still in Ohio. And so I was figuring it up. Say I started this today, which I don't think so because I'm not going to read this in one day. And I haven't read enough to know if it's just something you do day to day. Because that would be kind of it. I think it is. It says, exchange your online distractions for real life devotion.
So it's every single day. It's like a passage.
Yeah. So, but I figured yesterday when we got back, it would be like, have been 50 days. From now, not from when we go. So, and we're talking about StitchCon.
We can be
super excited. And I know I mentioned it in our last FlossTube that we didn't use. But we just started filming, and I was like, this is horrible. But, you know, sometimes you can't remember the day.
Yeah.
You can't remember whatever. But I want to say get well soon to Angie. I'm sorry to hear that you fell, and I hope you're on the mend. And
speedy recovery.
So I don't know if we'll see you at StitchCon or not. I was like, if we don't see her at StitchCon, we just need to drive to Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Why not? Surely she would love if we just crashed her party. No. But we're thinking about you, and we hope that you get well soon. And there were a lot of retreats I saw going on this weekend, so I cannot wait to catch up with my girlfriends on the ones who went. See how those were. Annabella's had hers at Disney.
Oh, wow.
And then there was a Teresa Kogut, but I cannot remember.
I've seen a couple FlossTubes pop up of Stitch North. I think that was
like week before last. I had a girlfriend that went to both weekends there. That was in Canada.
Yeah, okay.
And I guess I need a passport.
Let's do it. I have one.
I have a real ID.
I have one too.
I'm so proud of you. And we weren't standing in the lines with everyone else. I've had mine for years. As soon as it came out.
Whenever I changed my name, so before Sophia was born.
Yeah.
Perks of procrastination. You get a real ID instead of...
It's so funny when you have kids and you see the things they get from you or the things they get from their father.
It took me, I'd been married 3 years and hadn't changed my name because it was one of those, Social Security offices were so closed when I was first married, so that kind of...
Oh, I feel like they would have taken mail. I mean, there were still people
being... my birth certificate in the mail?
I had an extra copy.
They're going to lose it. I'd lose the extra I don't know. But it all got changed. But
whereas my real ID is when they first came out with real IDs. Because I'm like, oh, they said we have to do it. Let's all do it.
Let's do it.
My kids and my husband. My husband got his, 2 months ago. But anyway, we have veered off the course, I'm afraid. And so we're going to go and see what I made for lunch.
Ooh.
Emma's going to make some poppers. And I'm going to finish my coffee in a paper
maybe
and
get
cardboard.
Some stitching done. We'll see.
Maybe, maybe not. But we will hopefully see you guys. Why am I so tall?
Next week. I'm just short.
But we're not that big of a difference.
Yeah.
You're 5'2". She's 5'2". And
I know, I'm 5 foot and 3 3/4. That's what the pediatrician said when I was 21.
And you've grown since you went to the pediatrician.
No, my last pediatrician appointment was 20.
Yeah. Oh, we do have hair, but that's not this week. It's next week.
Yep.
So
I forgot about that. I need to write that down.
Yeah, we go to all the same. Oh, and we have eye doctor, but when is our eye doctor? In July?
July, and do you want to tell it?
Yeah, you can tell it.
So basically, we had scheduled them completely separate. We didn't talk to each other or anything. And so Mom had mentioned it on Sunday, and I was like, oh yeah, mine's July whatever at this time, and hers is scheduled the same day, just an hour earlier.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny.
We see the same dentist. We see the same
eye doctor,
hair person. We see the same. It's the thing about living in the same county with your kids.
Well, you know
you and your sister see the same doctor.
Yeah.
It's so funny, and they all went to the same pediatrician.
Same dentist when we were little.
But why not?
Orthodontist.
Right? And then they know you. They treat you better when they know everybody.
Yeah, especially I've been going to that eye doctor since I was 7, 8, 9, something like that.
Since it was the other eye doctor that passed away, and then this eye doctor
took over.
But anyway, why are we just consuming you guys with our life? That's okay. If y'all
turn us off, that's fine.
Yeah, just turn us off. We're gonna go.
Someone stop us.
I know. Please stop it. Maybe we should have got out of the house this week.
Yes.
Whew, holy cow. But anyway, see you guys next Sunday, hopefully.
Bye.